could you do this to me, May? Like, seriously, what the heck is your deal? How can you be getting married today if you haven't even sent me an invitation to it? How many years have we known each other? I'm really hurt over this. I can't believe you would do this to me. Wait a second, Val. I am so confused. I'm talking about how I heard you got engaged and waited and waited and waited for my invitation to your wedding. But I got nothing. Why didn't you invite me to your wedding? Did I do something to you? Just what are you upset about right now? Have you ever been reading my messages? You know exactly why I'm so upset right now. Just tell me all your other friends got invitations to go, but not me. But I did send you an invitation and you said that you wouldn't be able to come. What are you talking about, May? I mean that I really did send you an invitation. I know it. But right after I sent it, I got your response and you said that you wouldn't be able to attend on the day of our wedding. So I really don't understand why you're acting so upset over this right now. No, I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about with that response. I never said that. Besides, I never even got an invitation to your wedding in the first place. I'm sorry, but I'm really confused right now because I definitely remember sending one to you. I remember you were one of the first people to respond after we sent all the cards out. Are you sure that you just don't remember responding to the RSVP? I don't remember anything, and I certainly don't remember getting an invitation, much less submitting a response. Besides, there is no way that I would ever miss out on one of my oldest friends getting married, so I'm just as confused as you are. What the heck is going on here? Well, I'm really sorry, but I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of it now. I feel really bad for even asking like this, but do you think you could still come and make it in time? The wedding is all ready, but there is still the reception dinner and we'd love to have you here. No, I'm afraid that I couldn't even make it there if I wanted to. I had no idea your wedding was happening today, and so I ended up planning a trip for this weekend. I'm in Alaska right now. Hold on a second. You're all the way up in Alaska? Yeah, my boyfriend and I wanted to visit here for our anniversary. I've posted a couple stories about it on Insta if you want to go and see for yourself. I've been watching our friends post things from your wedding too, actually. I didn't even know your wedding was happening today until I saw you show up in one of those stories, and I realized it was your wedding everyone was at. Well, there's no way you'd be able to come here in time if you're traveling down from Alaska. But anyways, you have other important plans going on right now. I'm really sorry that there was some kind of mix-up, but I hope that you can still enjoy your anniversary weekend. And then maybe when things settle down here, we can go out and grab a bite, just you and I. I would really like that, actually, May. I'm sorry we can't really do anything to fix this right now, but I'll reach out to you once I'm back in town, okay? And then maybe we can talk this out and try and figure out what exactly happened to my invitation. Of course, Val. We have to do that. You're one of my oldest and best friends, and I'm so sorry that you didn't end up getting your invitation. I just hope that you still trust that I really did send one to you.
Hey, a long time no talk. I heard all about how your wedding pretty much fell apart in front of everyone's eyes. And to think you probably put so much work into planning for it, and it all turned to nothing.
Wait, is this Ben? And just why does my ex-boyfriend know that I was getting married today?
Oh, let's just say that I heard it through the grapevine, about how you were getting married, and then how the whole ceremony fell apart. Besides, you're still an ex of mine, and I had feelings for you once, so it hurt me so much to find out about what a sad, sad mess your wedding turned into.
I seriously have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about how your best and oldest friend wasn't able to make it there for you. Not only that, but all your other friends canceled at the very last minute, didn't they? But that's because they all got the date and location completely wrong. Man, I would have loved to see the look on your face.
I don't even know what to say to all of this, Ben.
Oh, you don't have to say anything, since I already know it all. You had a grand total of 0 guests on your side of the wedding. That's the saddest marriage that I've ever heard of. Oh, you must have been crying the whole time. You probably had makeup streaming down your dress. Oh, don't worry, though. I would have let you cry on my chest.
I don't need your chest to cry on, thank you very much. And if you really want to know, my wedding went off perfectly fine and with minimal problems. Not only that, but most of my friends were able to make it, and we all had a good time.
Wait, what? A lot of your friends were able to make it. You serious? I thought that everyone canceled last minute on you.
No, I'm sorry to disappoint, but there were no last-minute cancellations from anybody. Which begs the question, just why do you think that my wedding went the way you've described? I'm assuming you've heard this through some friend of yours, but they got their facts way off, so you have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait, I know this can't be right.
Unless you had something to do with trying to ruin my wedding and that's why you think all of this happened. But if you must know, I got plenty of responses from my friends saying that they could all come. Although some of them did tell me that after getting their invitation, they got an email saying that the time and location for the wedding had changed. But apparently a lot of them doubted whether I was really the one who sent that.
What do you mean? Why'd they question an email like that?
Well, everyone agreed that the writing was in my voice, but it was from an email address that I had never used before, and it raised suspicions. Thankfully, I have a lot of sharp friends who caught that and basically told everyone else about the mistake. And in the end, everyone agreed to ignore it.
Are you kidding me? So you mean that fake email didn't manage to fool a single person?
The way you're reacting to all of this, one might think that you were the one who sent that email out, Ben. You must have known that my husband and I were so busy with the wedding plan that we didn't have any time to spare looking for who the culprit behind the email was. But the issue ended up resolving itself. And now the criminal has come forward and all but admitted what they did.
Ah, crap. This is really bad. I was hoping to at least knock out a couple dozen people from going to that. I can't believe I didn't manage to get a single person not to go.
What is the matter with you, Ben? Why would you try and do something like this to me? Do you realize how badly things could have gone for me if my friends hadn't picked up on what you were doing?
It was kind of the whole point, May. I wanted to ruin the wedding of the girl who dumped me. It isn't fair. Why do you get to have a happily ever after, huh?
Are you kidding me with this right now, Ben?
You know, I've always been thinking of how I could win you back over, make you mine again. You've always just shot me down at every attempt, and even started seeing other guys. And to top it all off, you go and get married. Well, that's when I knew that I had no choice but to make sure it was one of the worst days of your life.
Ben, you have got to give it a rest! I already explained this to you when we broke up. I left you because we were always fighting about the same stupid things. I've told you this every time you've tried to get back together with me. But I was always serious about breaking up with you, and if you didn't realize that, then I'm sorry. But you have seriously just got to give this a rest. I've tried being patient with you, but this is taking it too far.
Oh, just shut up. What do you know, huh? You were dating someone just 1 month after you and I broke up. I bet you were cheating on me then. I bet you're cheating on your husband now. I bet your husband was the guy that you left me for in the first place.
First of all, you will not insult my new husband. Get it? You and I broke up, and your say in my life ended there. Got it?
No, that's not true. You just don't see it how I do yet. But I can give you more than anyone else could. That's why I pretended to be you and changed the date and time of your wedding. And that's why I pretended to be your best friend Val and tell you that I wasn't going to your wedding.
Wait a second. Just how are you doing all of this to begin with? I mean, I get making a fake email and writing something that sounds like me, but how did you steal Val's invitation?
Oh, that's quite simple, actually. You see, Val and I are going out right now. We're always going over to each other's places to hang out. When I happened to see an especially fancy-looking letter from you in her mail, I did assume it was her wedding invitation.
Wait, are you serious? Are you two really going out right now?
That's right, I couldn't stand the fact that you're out seeing men who weren't me. So to get back, I started to go out with your best friend. This is what you get for thinking you could get rid of me so easily.
I don't even know what to say right now, Ben. You're crazy.
I'm only doing what I'm doing because you never cared about my feelings for you. And then to get engaged so soon after we broke up. The moment I heard you were getting married, I was like this whole plan popped into my head, fully formed. I knew it would be my best shot at ruining your whole wedding. Sure, it might have made you mad at me for a little bit, but I know in the end you would have forgiven me and understood when I offered you a shoulder to cry on.
I don't believe it. And so that's the whole reason why you're going out with Val now too? Just to get to me?
If it's your friend that you're worried about, then don't. I was only ever using her from the start, but I had no idea just how much you care for her. I had no idea just what a good person she was to have around. Did you know that she makes more than I do? Not only that, she seems the type to be very generous to people she cares about.
I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that I may have gotten close to Val as a means to keep a close eye on you while I was trying to ruin your wedding, but in the process, I ended up getting this pretty rich girl to go out with me instead, which makes me your best friend's new boyfriend. Nice to meet you. Don't worry though. I would never want to get with a lousy girl who runs around the way you do. Too bad my plan failed, but I still win in the end.
You know what? I have had just about enough of this. I want to break up with you right now, Bed.
Wait, what? I don't get what you mean by that, May.
I seriously had no idea that you were one of May's exes. And to think that you never even really liked me. You were just always wanting to use me. How could I ever trust a guy like you? Not only that, but now I learned that it's all your fault I missed out on going to May's wedding? I wish I never met you, Benjamin.
Wait a second, is this... Am I talking to Val right now? Nice try, but I know that Val's up in Alaska right now. We're up here celebrating our anniversary, haven't you heard?
I'm sorry, Ben, but I snuck away from you and went back home. In fact, I actually just barely managed to make it to the wedding reception when I left.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What's going on here?
I showed up really late and there wasn't much time left before everyone went home, but I still made it. And I was still able to help my best friend celebrate her wedding. So in the end, I was still able to tell May congratulations in person.
But this doesn't make any sense. How could you sneak out in time to go to the wedding when you were just beside me? Do you have super speed or something? How'd you get from Alaska to Cincinnati in a matter of seconds?
So I take that to mean that you really didn't even notice it while I was again. I'm not surprised, though. I think you've spent more time on your phone than you have talking to me on this trip. You thought I was by your side this whole time.
But how could you leave me behind like that? I thought we were here to celebrate our anniversary together.
Oh, please, don't act like you didn't suggest going on this trip just so you could try and distract me from May's wedding. You were just trying to draw my attention elsewhere, weren't you? And that's probably why you were on your phone for so long, too. You were just coordinating this little scheme against May. Do you seriously think I'm just going to pretend like I don't know any of that and go back to enjoying the trip?
Okay, right. I have been on my phone a lot, and I'm really sorry about that, but I wasn't trying to distract you from anything. And this anniversary trip isn't just part of some larger lie. I really did want to go on this trip and celebrate 1 full year of being together. How could you just leave me all alone here?
So you really wanted to try and make this a memorable anniversary for me? Because it was one of the worst that I've ever experienced in my entire life. I mean, you had nothing planned, and we've barely even left our hotel this whole time. Why wouldn't I want to go home after that?
Wait, you weren't having any fun at all? But I brought you here because I thought that you'd like it. I don't get it. What's making you act like this?
Did you really think I would be happy just because you took me to some place? You can't just drag me to a new place, be on your phone all the time, and expect me to be happy. I wanted to be doing activities, going out to see sights. I was really excited to do this with you until I found out you had no intention of taking me to do anything while we were there.
But I mean, well, how would I know?
Well, I tried giving you suggestions or hints or places where I might want to go, but you kept blowing me off until it was time to get on the plane. And you never invited me to make any of the plans with you. You said you would handle everything, and then you just went straight back to being on your phone. We didn't even have a hotel booked until we were just about to board the plane. Do you really think that sounds like a fun trip for everyone?
But I I don't like being tied down with a plan or anything like that. I'm more of a go-with-the-flow kind of traveler.
I might be happy to hear that if there was any flow, but you're still just a body of water who flew from one end of the country to the other to just sit and do nothing. Is it going with the flow to not even know where you'll be staying until the night before you arrive in a place? We're not backpacking or anything like that. This was supposed to be a nice anniversary trip. I can't believe I wasted so much time with you. And on top of all that, you're the reason why I wasn't able to help my friend celebrate her wedding.
But I mean, you're still the one that left me to go all the way back to her.
That's because I was having a terrible time with you, Ben. And besides, you were just using me the whole time. You're a terrible boyfriend and a sad excuse of a man.
Wait, Val, please. Can't we just talk this out? It's true that at first I only got with you to get back in May. Then I realized what a great girl you really were, and I knew that I needed to be with you.
Well, I don't like you, so tough luck and goodbye, jerk.
Please don't act like this.
You dragged me all the way to Alaska with no intention to do anything but text May mean things all day while you ignored me. If you can't see why I'm leaving you, then I'm sorry, but that's on you at that point.
What do you mean? This isn't fair. I really do like you.
Well, I don't, and I've made up my mind about you. No, goodbye, Ben.
May, please, you have to help me out here. Val left me. It's all your fault.
Excuse me? Are you seriously trying to put all of this on me? You're the one who lied to her and used her for a stupid revenge plot.
Just shut up and take me back. Really is the least you could do for me.
Please tell me that you're not serious about that. Besides, I literally got married yesterday. I'm already someone's wife, and I won't be taking anyone back.
Well, then at least send me some money, please. I don't have enough to get back from Alaska.
What do you mean? Didn't you buy a round-trip ticket?
No, I didn't. I figured the tickets might be cheaper if I got them at the last minute, so I only got a one-way here. But all the return flights are super pricey, and I can't afford any of them. I don't have money for anything.
Sounds to me like you've got a long walk ahead of you, then.
A walk? Then I'd have to go through Canada.
That's right, huh? Well, I hope you brought your passport. Otherwise, you had better go ask your parents for money.
But they're already so mad at me for other things, I can't go and do that.
Oh, right. Well, good luck with your new life up in Alaska.
Hey, can you at least tell Val that I'm stuck here and need help getting back home?
Why don't you go and tell her yourself?
Well, I tried calling her, but everything goes straight to voicemail, and none of my messages are coming up as read.
Oh, well, then it sounds to me like you should probably just give it up. Besides, I think she met someone new at my wedding reception and has been talking to him a lot recently.
Wait, you mean that Val's already found someone else? But we barely even broke up. How could she do that to me? And how am I gonna get home, please? You have to help me.
In the end, Ben called his parents and begged for their help and was finally able to get a flight home. After that, however, they said that they never wanted to hear from Ben again. Feeling betrayed and all alone, things only got worse as upon his return, everyone in my social circle knew that Ben was the person who tried to sabotage my wedding. As for Val, she really hit it off with this new person she met, and soon they're going on their own anniversary trip. I really like this new guy, and we've managed to go on some double dates with my husband. Now, I'm looking forward to the day when I can be there for Val on her wedding.
Hey, what the heck is the matter with you, huh? Why were you hanging out around one of our important clients? Oh, Kelly, I have to say, I didn't expect to run into you. I know, right? The last time I saw you was at high school graduation about 10 years ago. Who knew that I would bump into you again like that? Yep, I was definitely surprised, to say the least. I really thought that I'd seen the last of you. But I guess the world is funny like that. I would have never thought to run into you at my husband's company, of all places. Wait, what? Your husband's company? What are you talking about? Well, I actually got married last year, and the man I got married to owns the company you saw me at. He told me that he had forgotten some important documents at home, so I was just dropping them off. I guess that his secretary was sick and called out, so he didn't have anyone else he could ask. No. Oh, this can't be right. You have got to be lying. I mean, are you actually telling me that you're married to a company president? And not just any company president, but the president of one of our most valuable partners? How in the world did someone like you manage that? First of all, I would like to remind you that I am also a representative of this company as well. So then you really help out your husband with all of his business? I mean, I do when he asks it of me, but normally I stay at home and take care of our family. so there aren't actually many days when I'm really going into the office. I actually just happened to be in there at the same time that you happened to show up. I see. Well, you certainly have changed, haven't you? You aren't that little crybaby that wouldn't stop yelling after she found out I stole her boyfriend from her. Instead, you're an uppity snob who thinks they're better than me because of who their husband is. Do you really think I've changed that much since back then? Of course, I do remember how much it hurt me when I found out what you had done. So, yes, perhaps I have grown up and matured from this just a little. And I guess I learned that there are a lot of fish in the sea, so it wasn't really worth crying over a guy who cheated on me anyways. You really must think that the world revolves all around you now, huh? You really have changed. After all, I remember even after I did steal your boyfriend, you still had the guts to show your ugly face in school day after day after that. Oh man, I'm actually starting to crack up laughing just thinking about how it used to be back then. That's fine, and if you think it's funny, you should laugh. After all, it's all behind us now. And I'm afraid that your petty bullying just isn't going to work on me anymore. You really are such a bore now, do you know that? But you're right, the past is the past, and I need to be thinking about what to do next. What to do next? What do you mean by that? Well, I just wonder how you'd react if I stole your husband like I stole your boyfriend. That would just really crush you. Are you serious? Of course I am. I've made up my mind and I know what I have to do, so you can kiss your little marriage goodbye. I'm going to steal your husband and turn you back into that crying, scared little girl you were in high school. Then you'll be so crushed that you'll think twice about trying to get with a guy above your post. I really can't believe that you're actually telling me all of this. Oh, come on. Did you really think that you were going to get your happily ever after with this guy? That's just in movies. Besides, if anyone deserves that kind of life, it's me. You may have fallen in love with this guy by chance, but when it comes to stealing men away from their partners, no one is better than me. And then once I've made your husband mine, I'll be the wife of the company president.
Hey Iris, I just wanted to thank you again for your help today. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't brought in those documents.
Well, I'm just glad that I was able to be of some help to you today. It had been so long since the last time I was in there that I had forgotten how big the building was. I always get so nervous walking through those big entrance doors.
Well, you know that we're actually working on an expansion project right now, right? By the way, who was it you were talking to in the office today? Did you run into someone that you knew or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. It was actually a girl I used to go to high school with. Apparently, she's working with a company that you partner with.
Oh, I see. Well, wow, what a coincidence. Sometimes the world is just a little too small, don't you think? It seemed like you guys had quite a bit to talk about. But anyways, I'd love to hear about your day. How about I take you out for dinner to say thanks for helping me out? I feel like it's been so long since you and I were able to go on a nice quiet date by ourselves.
Oh, you don't have to do that, Zeke. And as for that woman, I'll be happy if I never see her again.
Wait, what? What's the matter with her?
Don't you remember? I had mentioned her to you before. She was the girl from high school who stole my boyfriend from me. I had really hoped that I would never have to deal with her again. Until today, that is.
You mean that was her? So what I thought was you having a friendly conversation was really...
That's right. I'd done my best to avoid her ever since we graduated. I wasn't expecting to run into her at all. But when I did, I guess that I just kind of froze up. Anyways, I ended up mentioning to her that you and I were married.
Oh, wow. I'm really sorry that happened then. And to think that you wouldn't have managed to avoid her if I hadn't asked for a favor of you.
You really don't need to blame yourself. After all, I'm not the person I was back then, and I'm so happy to be married to you. But I just think that you should be careful, okay? Because apparently Kelly decided to make you her next target.
Her next target? What does that mean? Why should I be careful?
Well, she threatened to try and steal you from me like she did with my boyfriend in school. I guess she wants to take my place as the wife of the company president.
What? Are you serious? What is this lady's deal?
That's what I'm saying. This is why I was trying to avoid her for this long. If she hasn't improved at all since high school, then I think it's fair to say that she's only gotten worse.
I mean, it's one thing to pull that kind of thing in high school, but we're all adults now. And she works for a company that we partner with? What is she thinking trying to get with a married man like me? That's just so stupid. I mean, does she not realize the effect that trying something like that could have on her career over there?
I don't really think that she is the kind of person to think before she speaks. But I also doubt that she would change her mind once she's announced that she's going to do something. That's why I'm telling you to be careful.
Right. Well, I guess I'll keep my eye out for her and try to stay away. Thank you so much for warning me about this. I really don't want to get suckered into any of this lady's scheme, so I'll be careful.
Just thought you should know that your husband is all mine now, so be a good girl and let me marry your company president husband. I already have the divorce paperwork drawn up, so let's not drag this out, okay? What in the world are you talking about this time? Oh, you'd find out soon enough, so I'm just telling you now. I have stolen your husband, and now he is obsessed with me. Of course, I'm not all that surprised that a man like him would see the value in being with a woman like me. Literally, what in the world are you talking about, Kelly? I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Remember how I told you I was going to steal your husband? Well, I've gone and done it, and now we're going to get married and I'll be the wife of the company president. Are you sure that you've gone and done it? Because I don't think you have. In fact, I know that my husband would never ever betray me like that, so please be serious with me. If you don't want to believe me, then that's your fault. But it's the truth. Your husband is head over heels in love with me. And as proof, he even invited me out for a lovely dinner date last night. So what do you think about that? You're telling me that my husband invited you out on a date? That's right. I had tried sending him so many messages and emails, and he never got back to me at all. So I decided it would be best to talk to him face to face. I went into the building to go to his office, and we ended up riding in the same elevator by chance. I took that chance to tell him who I was and confess my feelings for him. You confessed your feelings to my husband? That's right. And then he said that he liked my passion and invited me to a lovely restaurant with a view of the city. That means that he likes me back. And that's why I am so sorry to say, but the two of us are going to spend one hot night together. As for you, well, you can just enjoy a lonely night at home all by yourself. I don't know what you're talking about, but my husband is not going to go on any date with you. And I certainly don't think he said anything to express that he had feelings for you. So I'm still not quite sure why you think that you've successfully stolen him from me. If he even has invited you to dinner, I wouldn't read too much into that. You really just don't understand anything at all, do you? Why would a man invite someone other than his wife out for dinner? Obviously, it's because he's much more attracted to that woman than he is to his own wife. Are you serious? Of course, the only reason a man would go out to eat with a woman who wasn't his wife is if he was trying to have an affair with her. Sure, he might understand that others might see doing something like that as taboo, but the fact that he invited me proves just how much he really likes me. And if he likes me enough to go on a public date with me, then you and him are as good as done. He doesn't like you anymore. We're going to get married, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so just like I stole your boyfriend in high school, now I've stolen your company president husband. So why don't you start crying already, you loser? The only crying that's happening is out of laughter. My husband and I are both cracking up at these. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that we're laughing so hard that tears are streaming down our faces. It hurts to laugh. Oh man, we were actually laughing so hard I think I pulled something. Now, hold on just one moment. What do you mean your husband is there with you? Of course he is. The office is closed today and he didn't have anything in his schedule book. We just ordered pizza and have been staying at home basically all day. Wait, but then, I don't get it. Why is he choosing to have dinner with you and not me? He told me that he was going to take me out to an amazing restaurant with a view of the city. It's only a little longer until the time when he and I were supposed to meet. He's not really going to ditch me, is he?
You really need to wake up and live in reality with the rest of us. I never once said that I was going out to dinner with you.
Wait a second, is this Mr. Masterson?
That's right. And I must say I was blown away by our interaction in the elevator. I mean, you basically cornered me and refused to let me off until I agreed to what you were saying. You forced me to ask you out to dinner, but I was never actually going to go through with that.
Wait a second, I don't get it. I thought you were asking me out because you liked me.
I only asked you out because I wanted to get off that damn elevator. I had a very important conference call that I was trying to make and I wasn't going to let you hold me up.
But, I mean, oh, this can't be right.
It wasn't right. I don't even remember what time I said we'd meet or where.
That can't be right. You said that you were going to meet me in an hour.
Well, okay then. Wait an hour and see if I show up anywhere. Just don't be surprised if your boss shows up instead of me.
My boss? What are you talking about? Why would he be there?
I know that I said that I would think of a place with a good view of the city, but I certainly didn't say I'd make a reservation. Anyways, the place I had in mind was your boss's office. He has quite a good view of the city at night, right?
My boss's office? What are you talking about? Wait a second. My boss's car just pulled up. What the heck is going on here? I thought that you were obsessed with me, and that's why you wanted to go out on a date with me, right? I thought that you were trading Iris in for me.
Why in the world would I ever want to be with someone like you? You spam my email with all kinds of crazy messages and cornered me in an elevator in my own company. You can bet that I showed your boss all those emails and the security footage of the elevator. He's the one who suggested speaking with you.
Did he really say that? Why would you do this to me?
I was willing to overlook the emails, to be honest with you, but I didn't think that you would actually try and confront me face to face. And I figured that if I was going to be dealing with someone willing to do that I would need to bring in some extra support.
So that's why you went and told my boss about what I was doing? I thought that we were going to keep our love private at first. How could you go and get my boss involved in what's supposed to be between you and I?
You still just don't get it at all, do you? I'm the president of a company that is very important to the survival of your company. Did you really think anything positive was going to come out of harassing me like you did?
But, I mean, I didn't think I was harassing you.
If you really didn't think that was harassment, then you're only making me feel better about involving your boss. In fact, we were going to try and handle this during work hours, but I told him about the business with the elevator and fake date, and he agreed to talk to you now.
This can't be happening. Things weren't supposed to go this way. Please, you have to help me. Can't we just calm down and talk about this? Oh, surely you must see how much prettier I am than Iris, right? I am much more suited to be the wife of the company president.
If anyone needs to calm down and think things through, it's you. Besides, why would I want to be with you again after all this time?
Be with me again? What are you talking about?
You really don't remember? We used to date in high school. We had actually been dating about a year before you left me. In fact, I remember the day that you left me because it was actually the day that you told me you were with Iris's ex-boyfriend. Well, anyways, it turns out that Iris and I were in some after-school clubs together, and that experience helped push us closer.
Wait a second. You mean you're Zeke from high school?
Ding, ding, ding. I had actually completely forgotten about you until Iris brought you up. It took a while for it all to come back to me, but if you thought that someone like you could ever replace Iris, you're crazy. I mean, do you really think that adults act like that? We're not in school anymore. You need to realize that.
But what's going on? I had no idea that you owned your own company. You're so different than how you used to be.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that people change over time. I'd like to think that most people improve, but you show me it's possible for people to only get worse as well. Anyways, I don't want to keep your boss waiting any longer than he needs to. And while you deal with whatever consequences he sought up for you, I'm going to enjoy a lovely, quiet night in with my wife. Have a nice life, Kelly.
After that, Zeke was informed by Iris's boss that after their discussion, he had decided to let her go. What happened next really shocked me. It turns out that Iris was actually carrying on an affair with her boss and that his wife was quite suspicious. The wife hired a PI to uncover more about her husband's affair and found out about him and Kelly. Then she sued the both of them for their affair. Meanwhile, more of Iris's affairs came to light and lawsuits from upset spouses began to pour in. In the end, Kelly was buried in legal debts that she couldn't afford and lacked the income to pay them off. She quickly started working some part-time jobs and moved into a tiny apartment where she can afford to make payments on her debts. Kelly thought that as an adult, she could act the way she did when she was nothing but a high school bully. She may have even gotten away with it for a little, but her luck was bound to run out. Ever since then, Kelly's been too busy to ever try and bother us again. But that works out just fine for Zeke and I. We couldn't be happier. What the heck do you think you're doing at my wedding right now, Francine? A lame little shut-in loser like you has got some serious nerve trying to show her face around here on my special day. Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about right now, Emma? I seriously just can't even believe you right now. I mean, you weren't even invited, and yet you decided to just crash my wedding? What made you think doing something like this was okay? Did you hit your head or something like that? Seriously, what is your deal? Wait, no, hold on a second. I really am confused as to what you're talking about. I mean, the only reason I came here was precisely because I was invited. In fact, I had no idea you were going to be the bride at all. Oh, please, do you expect me to believe that? Of course you knew it was my wedding. The real question is how you knew it was happening here when you weren't even invited. But honestly, if you thought that you were going to get out of this with a lie like that, you've got another thing coming. But I'm telling you that I really was invited here. I got my invitation in the mail and everything. It's just that my invitation was sent by the groom of the wedding, who must be Xavier, the man you're going to marry. Wait a second, you're telling me that my fiancé Xavier invited some weird little nobody like you to our wedding? Why in the world would he want some loser like you here with us? I mean, doesn't he realize that we're so far above you? Xavier had great grades in class, makes a ton of money now, and he might as well be a supermodel. Now, you explain to me what he was thinking inviting a nobody like you here. But I don't really know what else to say. I really did get an invitation to be here. You need to stop all this lying at once. You just found out that this was happening and wanted to sneak your way in, didn't you? You must have known that at my wedding it was only going to be beautiful and successful people allowed in. Which means that you must be here just to try and flirt with men. Wait, what? You can't really think that, right? Of course that's not what's going on. You've got this all wrong. I don't care what you have to say, you are still single, aren't you? And to think that you could have found someone if you'd just listened to me back then. Back then? Emma, what do you mean by that? Oh, come on, have you really forgotten? You know, high school prom? When they announced prom king and queen, you know what they say about that, right? That the winners always end up getting married to each other. I tried to give you a nice spa day so that you might have even had the slightest chance, remember? Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. If I can be honest, that was one of the worst days of all of high school. For you, maybe. But I guess I didn't do a good job because you're still single. I mean, that's the whole reason why I wanted to help you back then in the first place, but no matter how much I tried, nothing could fix how ugly you really were. And I suppose that's why I ended up being voted as prom queen. Meanwhile, everyone in the audience was laughing at you because of how ridiculous you ended up looking. Well, you remember things very differently from me. I remember not even wanting to go, but you practically forced me to sign up. Then, I remember you saying you were going to give me a makeover and you only finished with minutes to go before the winners were announced. By the time I let you have your way with me, I looked like a clown with all the makeup you put on me. And you used that old urban legend about the prom king and queen getting married to convince me to tell that year's prom king that I had a crush on him. It sounds to me like that's all your fault for letting me manipulate you so much. You really need to take more responsibility for your actions. Besides, think of all the funny memories you have to look back on now. Well, I didn't even have to open my mouth to be rejected by him, but he did it in front of the whole auditorium of people. It was one of the most horrible and saddest days of my entire life. Oh, come on. Surely you've had worse days of your life since then, right? I mean, this is a pretty low point for you, sneaking into a wedding you weren't invited to and all. I feel like you'd have to have sunken quite low to sneak into a wedding to look for a man. You must really, really be desperate. Are you kidding me? You really haven't changed at all since high school, have you? Why change something that's already perfect? But the fact of the matter is that you don't belong here. I never asked for any fat little piggies to be at my wedding, so why don't you run along and go back to your sty, I'm afraid we have a strict no fishing policy, so pack up whatever you thought you were going to use to get men and turn around. You are going to regret this. You can't keep treating people like this and get away with it. Excuse me? Did you seriously just talk back to me right now? How dare you? Don't you remember what happened in high school? There you go again, talking as if high school is the be-all end-all of everything. Up until today, I had moved past all the horrible times I had in high school. Here I thought you might have changed too, and we could talk as adults, but I see that you're just as terrible as you've always been. But you're going to learn a harsh lesson about treating people with respect. How dare some ugly little loser talk to me like this? You think I need to sit here and take this from you? I want you out of here right this instant. If you're not gone in 30 seconds, I am going to call the police and have you dragged out of here.
Miss Bellevue, I heard that you went home early? Did something happen? Is everything okay? Is it trouble at work or something like that?
Hello, Xavier. I thought I told you to call me Francine when we're outside of work. But anyways, I have some things I need to attend to, but thank you very much for inviting me.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. Did something happen? Did I do something wrong?
No, it isn't you at all. Anyways, I really should be leaving now. But please stop by my office and show me pictures of the rest of the wedding later.
I'm still really confused, but if it's a personal matter that you don't want to talk about, I respect that.
I really don't know where this company would be if it didn't have a VP like you looking over it. You always know just what to say, you know that?
I appreciate it, boss, but you're the one who's really at the wheel. And I guess I'm just a bit down because I wanted to introduce you to my fiancé. Do you think you could stay for a little bit while longer, please? At the very least, you have to take a bag of goodies that we have for the guests.
Sure that that's okay, even though I'm leaving early?
Of course. I mean, we already prepared enough for all who are going to be here, so there's one for you already. I was actually up all night last night making sure that these were perfect. So all these gifts are done by hand.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I really can't wait to see what's inside then, but if it's something you made by hand, I'll be sure to cherish it. I am just so sorry that I'm having to head out of here so early.
Well, I'm just glad that you were able to attend at all. It really is the thought that counts anyway, you know? But just stay put. I'm going to run out of the changing room really quickly to give you the gift bag in person. I'll be right there, so don't leave yet, okay?
Hey, Emma, you're still a part of the group chat with everyone from high school, right? Well, you might want to go and check out what's going on in there. I put in the chat that you showed up without even being invited, and now all kinds of people are talking bad about you. You mean there are people who still use that chat? I removed myself from that group the day we graduated high school. You know, this is why people always thought that you were some kind of awkward little nerd, you know that? It's no wonder you hardly had any friends at all throughout high school. You can only blame yourself for that, though. Well, I see that you really haven't invited anyone at all from our high school days to your wedding, so it's not just a me problem, is it? Oh, come on. You know that all the other people we used to hang out with just ended up getting lame normal jobs. They're all just average. You really think I want my wedding being stuffed up with the stench of mediocrity? No, I'm sorry, but this wedding has a little thing called standards. So no, they weren't getting an invitation either. So you really didn't invite anyone from back then at all, and you still are sending them messages? You do realize just how successful and handsome and amazing my husband is, right? Did you know that he's also starting his own business, too? He's literally the perfect man, and if I invited anyone from high school, they would just spend the whole wedding crying out of jealousy. Either that, or they'd all think like you and just come here looking for men to flirt with. So, that's why I didn't invite anyone from back then. And to think that it would have been the perfect chance for you to brag to all of us about your wedding in person. Then again, I guess you really don't care as long as you're looking down on others. You really just don't get how things work, do you? But then what else can I really expect from such a sad little loser like you? I'm not looking down on you. I just happen to know where I am relative to you. That's all. You really are a piece of work. Do you know that, Emma? I don't care what you have to say to me, because the fact of the matter is that I'm going to marry Xavier, and that's that. I'm going to be the successful entrepreneur, and you're getting nothing. My boyfriend can do anything and is going to be the top of his company. No one is ever going to be able to look down on him, and by extension, me. You say that, but do you even know what it is that your husband does for a living? It sounds to me like you don't even really care as long as it makes you enough money to give you the life that you want. Well, no duh. Why would I need to know anything more about what he does than how much money he makes? After all, my only job is to stand there and look pretty for him. It really doesn't matter to me one bit how he makes his money. I just have to be there and cheer him on in order to earn my keep. I guess maybe this is all a bit too much for you to wrap your head around, though. You really just don't know when to quit, do you, Emma? I just mean that if you could have found a man by now, you would have, don't you think? Instead, you have to come here desperately looking for someone to have you. It really is sad when you think about it, but the fact is that you're never going to have a family of your own. You're going to be lonely for the rest of your life.
And just what makes you say that about my boss, huh?
Wait, what? What do you mean? Who is your boss?
I mean that you're saying all these horrible things about my boss and my friend. But I guess I might have just let myself be taken in with your charms, and that's how I agreed to marry you. You must be quite good at getting close to people by making them think you're someone who you really aren't. But now I know exactly how you feel about me in this marriage.
Wait a second, I am still so confused right now. Who am I talking to? This couldn't be... It's not Xavier, is it?
Of course it is. And I heard from Francine that she was leaving our wedding early to go and take care of some business. I went out to go and give her one of the gift bags I made before she left, and that's when she told me what really happened. How could you try and do this to my boss?
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that Francine is actually your boss and she's the friend you started your company with?
You have it backwards there. Francine started the company and invited me on board to work as VP.
Wait, what? You mean that you two knew each other even before working together? But I didn't even know that you started your company with a girl. I thought it was a guy friend.
And just why would that matter at all in the first place? I came to work with Francine because I know she has a great mind for business. I'm just shocked to hear all of these horrible things that you've been saying about her, though.
There's been some kind of mistake here, really. I had no idea that she was your boss or anything like that. I didn't even know that you two were friends before this. I mean, what in the world is someone like you doing being friends with her?
Oh, give me a break. You know that Francine and I are friends. I told you that I was going to be inviting her to our wedding. Don't you know how much she's done for me? Not just professionally, but in my personal life too?
Hold on a sec, I still don't even get how you two met in the first place.
Don't you remember in high school, when I won prom king? I think I had girls coming up to me multiple times a week begging me to go out with them. I know that people think I'm really handsome, and that must be great for me, but it's not that simple. It comes with a lot of pain too.
What do you mean? How could it be hard to be handsome?
So many people come up to you just to say they like you when you don't even know who these people are. Not just that, but to have to turn down so many people who wanted to go on a date with me. Don't you know how much that makes me feel guilty? And then, when I wouldn't find a girlfriend, people started accusing me of sleeping around with people since I was still single. It's just so many people assuming so much about my life when they don't even know me.
But, I mean, at least you're not ugly. That's a good thing. Surely you can see how being handsome is so much better, right? And if you weren't, then you wouldn't be getting married to a gorgeous woman like me.
You and every other gorgeous girl I've been with seem to have the same mindset. And anytime I brought up these struggles to them, they always tell me to be thankful for what I have. All that tells me, though, is that I still haven't met someone who actually listens to what I have to say.
Hold on, I didn't know that this was such a big deal for you.
I was scared to love for so long because I was worried that people were falling in love with the idea of me, and not me for who I really am. It took me so long to want to be married, and so much of the credit for that goes to Emma, who was always there to talk to me and never asked anything from me in return. That's what a real friend does. She helped me remember what it means to trust people.
You don't really mean that, do you?
Of course! She's always giving me great advice, and even after high school helped me step into myself. We also realized we had similar ambitions, and so when she started her company, she said it was a matter of course that I would be her VP pick.
But, I mean, I had no idea that someone like her would be your boss.
Well, you better start believing in it. Francine has easily put in the bulk of work to get us where we are. She's the brains behind the whole operations, and as the VP, she taught me how to use people's assumptions about me to my advantage.
I don't even know what to say to any of this right now.
Well, I'm not there yet. Francine told me all about what you put her through in high school, how horribly mean you were to her. I really had no idea at all that I was about to marry the person who traumatized Francine throughout high school. Well, I'm sorry, but I just can't marry a woman like you now that I know who you really are. Francine came here as my guest and you've been nothing but disrespectful to her, and by extension, me. I want to call the whole wedding off with you.
You don't really mean that, right? I mean, the ceremony's going to start in a matter of hours. Please, let's just calm down and talk about this, okay?
There's nothing more to talk about and I am perfectly calm. Anyways, I'm going to go break the news to everyone right now that the wedding is canceled. I don't know what you're going to do next, and frankly, I don't really care. Have a nice life, Emma.
In the end, Xavier managed to stop the wedding before things went too far and he and Emma ended up married. It was a huge shock for all of the guests, but Xavier had explained the situation to both sets of parents and they agreed to spread the news and explain things to the rest of the guests. Soon, however, everyone at the wedding venue knew what Emma had done and said to me. By then, however, Emma had run away from the wedding venue to avoid the humiliation of what was about to happen. She managed to talk her parents into letting her move back in with them, but they both gave her a stern talking to and expressed how disappointed they were with her. And since Emma had put all of her baskets into marrying Xavier, she was really left with few alternatives. She'd quit her job and already ended her apartment lease since she was planning on moving in with her then fiancé. Left with nothing and no one, Emma had to quickly take the first jobs that she could find in order to pay the rent to her parents, who told her they were not going to be letting her freeload off of them after her behavior at the wedding. I just hope that working a few service industry jobs really humbles Emma and helps her understand why it's wrong to look down at people. As for Xavier and I, things more or less went back to business as usual for us, as we continued on trying to build up our company. We have some interviews for the news and some magazines coming up, and I've asked Xavier if he could use his charms to help sell our company to the public. It took a long time, but I'm glad that Xavier is now comfortable enough with himself to make use of his own looks on his terms. Of course, he was very sad that his wedding didn't come to be, but he said that he was much more relieved that the two of them didn't end up married before he found out. We're still close friends, and Xavier knows that I'm there for him. But business stops for no one, and time is money. But just because the work doesn't stop, it doesn't mean I have to ignore my friend when he's hurting. Xavier may have lost his wedding, but our friendship is stronger than ever. Man, I can't believe it's been all this time since we've seen each other and you're still just as ugly as ever. Your makeup looked terrible and your clothes were some of the ugliest things I'd ever seen. But then again, I don't even know what would look good on someone like you. And if you were trying to start a trend with your look, well, let's just say that I wouldn't hold my breath.
Excuse me, but who is this and how did you get this number?
You mean that in addition to being so ugly, you also have a barely functioning memory as well? I can't believe that you could ever forget a showstopper like me. You really don't remember who I am? I'll give you a hint. I was the popular and prettiest girl at high school.
Wait a second. This wouldn't happen to be Carla, would it? Wow, I haven't thought of you in ages.
Well, it has been a whole 10 years since you and I graduated high school. But even so, I knew exactly who you were when I saw you walking in the street. You really are still the same ugly, drab person you've been since we were classmates. You were wearing that dress and walking around downtown with some big dumb smile on your face.
And that's a bad thing? Also, I'll let you know that that dress I was wearing was a gift from my boyfriend, and I really like it.
Wait a second. Did you just say boyfriend? That can't be right.
No, it is right. In fact, we're actually engaged to be married. Our wedding is actually going to be next month, if you must know.
Wait, you're serious? You're really going to get married?
That's right. We've been dating since college and he proposed to me a couple of months ago.
You have got to be kidding me. There's no way that a girl like you is really going to get married. And before me, that's just, it's unacceptable.
You mean that you still aren't married either? Huh. That's funny. I would have guessed that someone would have snatched you up right away. In fact, I remember you having an older boyfriend when we were in school, right?
Yeah, but him and I didn't last long after graduation. Apparently, he was just a creep, only interested in high school girls.
You're kidding me. Who would have guessed that from an adult dating high schoolers?
I know, right? But anyways, I've forgotten all about him, and now I'm looking for my Mr. Right. But now you're telling me that you're going to be married before I am? Isn't that ridiculous? Why can't I find someone who wants to marry me? You need to break up with your boyfriend right now.
Carla, please don't be ridiculous. I mean, what does it matter what order people you haven't seen since high school get married? Besides, you really think I would break up with him when I just said we were engaged?
I don't want to hear it. You're nothing but an ugly nobody. There is no way that some loser like you is seriously going to get married before I do. That's just unacceptable.
Well, I really don't know what to tell you, Carla.
Well, let me tell you that this really pisses me off. You've always gotten under my skin ever since high school, you know that? You always just make me feel gross, and you're a creep, and ugh!
Yeah, well, imagine how I feel. I mean, you show up in my life after 10 years and you bully me just like you did in high school. Not only that, but you really thought you could just ask me to break up with my fiancé.
Well, that's because I can't let you get married before me. I'm supposed to be the star of the show, not you. You can't beat me in this. Hey, Diane, are you there? I was just curious if something happened between you and Carla recently. She keeps talking about how upset she is that you're getting married to everyone she knows.
You have got to be kidding me. What is her deal?
Yeah, she actually just reached out to talk to me even though we haven't talked since high school. She demanded that I tell her everything about your boyfriend to her since she knows that you and I are still friends.
She does? But how does she know that when we haven't talked in so long?
Yeah, I don't know, but I got kind of a bad feeling just from talking to her, so I thought I should warn you to be careful. Because apparently she's been reaching out to everyone from high school trying to gather what intel she can on Liam. I guess she really is upset about you and him being so close to getting married or something.
Well, I figured that much, but what I want to know is why. Of course I have some idea. I think she is letting herself get way hung up on the fact that I'm getting married before she is. Or maybe she's just looking for ways to put me down for being with Liam.
But I don't get it. Why would she want to do that? How does she even know about Liam?
Well, actually, the other day she must have seen me in town and started messaging me. I didn't even see her at all, but I guess she must have recognized me. She started saying rude things about what I was wearing and how I looked. The usual Carla play, you know.
You're kidding me. That's crazy that she recognized you.
Yeah, but then I happened to mention that I was getting married, and then she totally went off about how she's the main character of whatever delusion she lives in her head. And she kept getting angrier and angrier at me. She even demanded that I break up with Liam.
Are you serious? Man, she sounds like a real nut. But then again, I think she's always been kind of this way. Even in high school, she was always calling herself the star of the show or whatever. But it's been a whole decade since we've graduated.
I know, but I guess she still just hasn't grown up and is more than happy to look down on people from back then. So I guess that's one reason why she was upset about me getting married. Anyways, she's got to be looking for a way to put me down, and that's probably why she's digging into Liam. She just wants to know the best ways to get under my skin and bully me more.
Well, then I think you should probably tell Liam to keep a low profile for the time being, no? I mean, if Carla found out that you were engaged to a CEO, I think she would flip her lid.
Yeah, I really don't think that would go well for anyone if that happened. But what do you think I should do?
Okay, I have an idea. You should send me a photo of Liam.
Wait, what? Why would I do that?
send us a photo of the night the three of us went out drinking. You know, when we ended up staying out all night. Liam looks like a complete mess, so if I use that photo, I might throw Carla off his trail a bit.
That's a great idea. She'll get the entire wrong idea about him that way. Plus, there's no way she would guess that he's a CEO by looking at a photo like that.
I don't think anyone would ever think that of him in that photo. But anyways, she'll probably just make fun of you dating someone like that, and then she'll probably leave you alone after she feels better about herself.
Zara, you are seriously a genius. This is a great idea.
Well, I just think that if you tried to hide Liam somehow, that it would just drive someone like Carla to search even harder for him. So I'll just tell her that I found this photo of us and explain that he's your fiancé. I'm sorry that I have to show Liam in that state to someone outside of our group, but...
Yeah, it's no problem. Whatever gets Carla to leave me alone and stay out of my life.
Tisk, 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 Diane. I really hoped that you might be able to impress me. But I doubt there's going to be a single person wanting to show up to your sad excuse of a wedding. I saw a photo of you and your fiancé, and let's just say that you really know how to pick 'em.
Sorry, what do you mean no one is going to come to my wedding?
Well, I know that you're getting married today. You even sent invitations out to all the girls from high school, didn't you? But that's why I made my wedding day today as well. And obviously, they're going to want to come to mine instead of yours. So you're not going to have a single old classmate at your wedding.
Wait, what? You mean that you're going to be getting married today too? But I thought you said that you were single just a couple of months ago?
I was, but then I found a boyfriend who said he wanted to marry me. It was the best way to not lose to you.
So you mean you've already found someone that you want to marry so quickly?
What can I say? When I really put my mind to it, I can make the men flock to me like nothing. And that's what makes me a cut above all the boring girls like you. I just give off an aura of superiority that all the best men recognize. All I had to do was download one of those apps, and I had men lined up asking me on dates.
I see. So you really don't want me to get married before you that badly, huh?
Well, of course. I told you that I'm the star of the show, didn't I? And that means that I would never let myself be beaten by a loser like you. But there are so many weddings happening around now that today was the only day that I could get. I wanted to try and do it yesterday to really beat you, but oh well.
Why do you keep saying that you're the main character? What are you the main character of? I don't understand that at all. Besides, it's been 10 years since we last even talked to each other. Why are you still acting like you're in high school?
Sounds like exactly the kind of sore loser talk that I expected to come out of you when you found out I was going to beat you. But you'll have plenty of time to think about your sad life when no one shows up to your wedding.
Excuse me? Why are you being so rude?
Let me tell you a little something. My fiancé is a lawyer. He's handsome and rich, and he's nothing like your slob of a fiancé. But of course, I'm not surprised that you're marrying a guy like that. At least you know not to date men out of your league. With a guy like that, I bet he has a really lame job too. He probably is flipping burgers while my fiancé is out making millions every year. Your fiancé wouldn't even be good enough to polish my fiancé's shoes.
Are you sure about that? I really don't know.
You have to be kidding me. You really think that your man measures up to mine? Well, we'll just see about that when everyone from school shows up to my wedding and not yours. Then you'll eat your words, you fat, ugly cow.
Carla, I just want you to know that everyone is laughing at you right now.
What's that supposed to mean? Who is laughing at me, huh?
I mean, I can't believe that you went and got engaged just to get married before I do. Not only that, but that you really tried to plan your wedding for the same day as mine to snipe the people from our school away from my wedding? And in the end, you even reached out to me just to try and brag about this all. Everyone at my wedding is just cracking up at how completely unhinged you are.
Tell me who you're talking about. Who is laughing at me? I want to know right now.
you think I'm talking about? I mean, all the girls from high school, of course. They all came to my wedding, not yours.
No, that can't be right. You're lying.
I'm not. And I'm afraid the only one who's going to have a very lonely wedding is you, Carla. Meanwhile, I'll be here surrounded by friends and family having a great time. But honestly, that just makes me pity you even more.
Now, you hold on there just 1 second. You're telling me that everyone from high school is at your wedding right now? But that can't be right. Don't they know that I'm the star, the main character? This can't be happening. They should all be here with me, not you.
Well, I did send my invitations out first and they already RSVP'd to mine. So I don't really know what you expected to happen by putting your last-minute wedding the same day as mine. Everyone had already chosen to go to mine before you were even engaged.
But that still doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, don't they know that I'm the main character? They should all be here cheering me on and helping me celebrate. Just like in high school when I suggested that we do a bake sale and sell stuff at a booth to raise money for our team. I was the star then. Everyone loved my idea.
Yeah, well, it helps when you were already trying to make yourself the center of attention in class anyways. But just because you were popular then doesn't mean that people are going to do what you say now. Besides, if anything, people probably just thought that you were being bossy back then.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean that you were always calling yourself the main character or something. You do realize how that is basically hurtful to everyone that isn't you, right?
But I still don't understand. Was I wrong to say that or something?
We all went to a private school that was very strict about us keeping our grades up. Everyone at the school worked very hard in class and in their clubs. I'm not even sure if I can say that you were good at planning events since everyone was much more focused on their schoolwork and didn't really care.
That's right. Everyone at school were a bunch of nerds, and so it's no wonder I was so popular with all the boys there. I was the only girl who put any care into her appearance, and that's why everyone loved being around me.
You really have a selective memory if you think you were the only pretty girl at school. As for your fundraising ideas, I think everyone was just grateful that you were taking it upon yourself to handle all of it.
What is that supposed to mean?
I already told you that nobody cared for the events much, and so you basically just did the work that we would have otherwise begrudgingly have had to do. But being grateful that someone does your work for you doesn't mean that everyone was looking up to you.
I don't get it. That can't be right. Everyone thought that I was the star, right?
For the last time! Nobody even knew what you meant when you said that! But anyways, like I said, everyone in school was focused on their studies and nobody really cared about being popular, except you. Literally everyone in school just thought you were so annoying, really.
Wait, what? They thought I was annoying, but that can't be right at all.
Well, it is. And to be honest, I kind of figured that no one would be going to your wedding even then.
This can't be happening. I thought that everyone loved me. I was certain that people would choose me over you. I was the most popular girl in the whole school. I was the star, the main character, the prima ballerina, the head honcho, the top girl, the boss hog, the big kahuna, the alpha and omega.
Wow. You seriously have some issues, Carla. I mean, if you really think that, then wow. That's all I can say. But I do remember even when we were seniors, you would always go on and on about how you were going to get married as soon as you graduated.
Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about at all. I was pretty and I was popular and people are at your wedding now? But I know that as soon as it's over, they are all going to come flocking to my wedding.
Carla, you have to stop this. You are being ridiculous.
Shut up, you don't get to tell me how to act. My wedding is going to be 1,000 times better than your wedding. My lawyer fiance is funding it all, and he spent a ton of money on this.
But why would they go to your fancy wedding when they're already at my wedding?
What are you talking about? You don't have a fancy wedding. Your husband is a slob.
On the contrary, he is actually the CEO of his own business, and while I don't like to brag about money, he does make quite a bit.
But that can't be. Zara showed me the picture of him, and he looked like a total slob.
Well, I think anyone would when they've spent all night drinking like we had that night. But I take it that you've heard of Liam Patel, right?
Liam Patel? As in that big tech guy that's on all the magazine covers and stuff?
The one and the same, and as of today, I am officially Mrs. Patel.
But that can't be right. Hold on, let me search him real quick. No way. It really is him. How did this happen? How did he end up with a total basket case like you?
I already told you we met in college and have been dating ever since.
But that can't be right. He should be with a girl like me, not you.
Well, I don't really know what to tell you, but I hope that this serves as a wake-up call. Get some therapy and leave me alone already.
Hey, you can't talk to me like that. I'm the main character. I say when we stop talking. Diane, you get back here right now and talk to me. Diane!
The next day, I got messages from Carla begging me for help. It turns out that her so-called lawyer fiancé was actually a faker. He had failed the bar exam and was nothing but your run-of-the-mill office worker. Apparently, he was hoping to trick Carla into marrying him since he also thought that she was wealthy because she was always wearing designer clothes. The truth is that he barely had a cent to his name and certainly couldn't afford the wedding. I heard that she ended up suing him for marriage fraud, but that it didn't really end up going anywhere on some legal technicality. I haven't heard from Carla since then. But, according to some old friends, she ended up moving to a different state to start a new life after being humiliated on her wedding day. I can't really say that I pity her after the way she treated me and those around her. But by the time everything wrapped up, I was happily married to Liam and got through the whole affair unscathed. So I guess all I can say is really, all's well that ends well.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.